Hello, everyone. Today's Bible story comes from the Family Story Bible, which was written by Ralph Milton, illustrated by Margaret Kyle, and published by Westminster John Knox Press and Woodlake Books. Today, Iris and I would like to tell you of the story of Zacchaeus from Luke 19, 1-9. Zacchaeus Climbs a Tree. Nobody liked Zacchaeus. His job was to get taxes from people. The Roman soldiers who were in the country said, "Everybody has to pay us money." Zacchaeus worked for the Romans. His job was to get tax money from the people and give it to the Romans. Zacchaeus sometimes took extra money and kept it for himself. So Zacchaeus was very rich, but nobody liked Zacchaeus. One day, Jesus came to the town where Zacchaeus lived. Excited people lined up on the side of the road. They wanted to see Jesus. Zacchaeus had heard that Jesus was a famous teacher. He wanted to see Jesus too. Zacchaeus had heard that Jesus was a famous teacher, but Zacchaeus had a problem. Zacchaeus was short. He couldn't see anything. When he stood by the side of the road, all he could see was people's backs. Zacchaeus didn't know what to do. Then he saw a big tree near the road. "Aha," said Zacchaeus, "I'll climb that tree. Then I can see Jesus." Jesus walked into the town. He was smiling and talking to many people in the crowd. Then Jesus looked up and saw Zacchaeus in the tree. "Zacchaeus," Jesus said, "come down. Why don't you and I have lunch together at your house?" "Me?" said Zacchaeus. He was so surprised he almost fell out of the tree. The people in the crowd were surprised, too. "Zacchaeus takes our money and gives it to the Romans," they said. "Why would Jesus want to be friends with him?" Zacchaeus and Jesus had lunch together. They talked about living in God's way. "Up until now, I only cared about myself," said Zacchaeus. "No wonder nobody liked me. I didn't like myself." "I'm glad you feel differently," said Jesus. "Are you going to live differently?" Zacchaeus thought for a long time. Then he looked at Jesus and said, "Yes, I have too much money and too many things. I'm going to give half of it to the poor." "That's good," said Jesus. "Is there anything else?" Again, Zacchaeus thought for a long time. "I often took more money from people than I should have. I cheated them. So I'm going to give back 4 times what I took from them." Jesus took Zacchaeus' hand. "Something very important has happened, Zacchaeus. You've just learned God's shalom." Now let's end with a little prayer. Dear Lord, help me to always treat people with kindness.